Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday morning to you. Good to be back with you. My name is Don K. Preston. I am the president of Preterist Research Institute in Ardmore, Oklahoma. And I want to address a question that was sent to me by one of our regular viewers. It has to do with life after death. A lot of the detractors of covenant eschatology, and quite frankly, it's folks who don't think much about the claims that they make. It really amazes me at times how desperate the charges against preterism really are, how ill-informed they really are, how illogical they are. One of those claims is, well, if the Lord came in AD 70, then that means there's no life after death. When we die, we're just like Rover. We're dead all over. It's just really sad. You know, some years ago, I had a detractor, a minister that I had known for a little while, and he heard about my beliefs in covenant eschatology, and he wrote me this just scathing letter. And he said, I've studied this doctrine extensively. And he said, I have a question for you, Don. And he said, it's a question that I've asked an awful lot of preterists. And he said, not one of them has been able to answer it. He said, this will refute your doctrine, your false doctrine is what he said, thoroughly. And I thought, boy, if just one question can refute covenant eschatology, it must really be an incredible question. So I wrote back to him and I said, I'm more than willing to know what your question is and to entertain it. And if I can't answer it, I'll be more than happy to change. Well, he wrote back and he said, okay, Don. He said, here's the question. If the Lord came in AD 70, then what promise do we have of what happens to us when we die? He said, just give me one verse. And he said, I will agree to study with you in depth. And I thought, just one verse, huh? Wow. So I sent him Revelation 14:13. Blessed are the dead who die in the Lord from now on. For yea, says the Spirit, they shall rest from their labors. Now watch this. The context is the coming of the Lord on the clouds of heaven at the time of the harvest. And it says, from that point forward, those who die in the Lord are blessed, and they rest from their labors. Now, if the dead, righteous or unrighteous, are dead all over like Rover when they die, then there's absolutely no difference in their pre-parousia state and their post-parousia state. There is no non-blessing before and blessing afterwards. I mean, after all, if the pre-parousia saint is dust and the post-parousia saint is dust, there is no way in this world to talk about from now on they are blessed. From now on they shall rest. Oh, by the way, I sent that response to this preacher, this detractor, and I said, now, I'm ready to study. Here it is, almost 20 years later. I'm still waiting on his response. I'm still waiting to hear from him to do as he promised to do, and that's to legitimately and honestly study the Scriptures with me. By the way, in my book, We Shall Meet Him in the Air, The Wedding of the King of Kings, I have what is, to my knowledge, the most extensive discussion written by a preterist of life after death. Now, I'll continue this in my next segment, by the way. I'll continue this discussion. But for now, you need to know that in this book, We Shall Meet Him in the Air, The Wedding of the King of Kings, I have the most extensive discussion of what happens to the child of God after they die physically. I'm not aware of anyone. I'm not aware of another book. And you know, most futurists have not addressed this issue even as I do in this book. If you go to my website, www.eschatology.org or www.bibleprophecy.com, and you order the book, We Shall Meet Him in the Air, The Wedding of the King of Kings, and you mention that you saw the offer on YouTube, I will pay the shipping on the book. That'll save you $4.95. Okay? So go to my website, order a copy of We Shall Meet Him in the Air, The Wedding of the King of Kings. I think you'll be amazed at what you see in that material. Hey, thanks so very much for joining me here on this Monday morning Musings. We'll see you on the flip side. God bless.